welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve this Valentine's Day makeup look. This is a Valentine's Day inspired makeup look, perfect for a day or night out, either one. It's very sparkly, very romantic, and very just purpley rosy toned, which is like the Valentine's Day season. It's what it's all about. Purples, reds, pinks, all that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like this makeup tutorial, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Let's get on with this makeup tutorial. To prime the eyelids, I'm going to be using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and then I'm just going to set it with a loose powder. I love this primer. It is my favorite. For the transition color, I'm going to be going in with Matte Thomas. This is from the Meet Matte Trimini palette by The Balm, and I'm just placing that all over my crease, up very, very high in the crease. Then right below the crease, I'm going to be using Makeup Geek's eyeshadow in Petal Pusher, and I'm using my MAC 224 brush to just blend it out, and I'm using a very, very light hand. I'm placing this in the inner and outer parts of the eye. Then using the Kathleen Lights palette, I'm using this darker mauve purple shade, and I'm focusing this on the inner part, on the outer part of the eye, and then whatever is left over, I'll go ahead and blend it in the crease. Then going in with this more dark mauvey red wine kind of color, I'm going to use this to further intensify the outer and inner parts of the eye. Key to a halo eye is to make sure that the inner and outer parts of the eye are intensified, and then the crease is very light, and this is done by intensifying the outer parts and then blending the crease very, very lightly. So once that is all blended out, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the glitter. This is the NYX Loose Face and Body Glitter in Rosé. All I do is add my MAC Mixing Medium Liner to the inner part of my eye, or the center part of my eye, and then I just go ahead and apply the glitter on that area. Then to further intensify the inner and outer parts of the eye, I'm going to be going in with this brown shade called Matte Reed, and I'm using a very, very light hand. I'm blending that out because I still want to keep that purple mauve tones in there, and then I just go ahead and blend out the crease with the same MAC brush. To go ahead and highlight the brow bone, I'm using this Carroty palette. I'm just using this white shade. You can use any white shade, but this was just the closest one in reach. Then once I highlight, I just go ahead and blend out the crease one more time. For lashes, I'm using the House of Lashes in the style Iconic, and then I'm using the Colossal Big Shot Mascara by Maybelline just to go ahead and clump my lashes with my false lashes. And then I go over my lash band with some liner. This is the Maybelline Gel Liner in Carbon Black. Then moving on to the face, I'm going to go ahead and prime using the Dr. Brand Pores No More Primer. I'm placing this on the areas where I have huge pores, like my nose, my chin, my forehead, and then the center of my cheeks. Then to prime the rest of my face, I'm using this NYC loose powder just to mattify my skin because I was super, super oily. Then for foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Better Skin foundation. This foundation is so natural, guys, but it does give some coverage, which I like. This is usually the foundation I go for when I'm doing an everyday look. I don't know why I grabbed it to film, but it worked. So I'm just going to place that with my foundation brush, and then I'm going to buff it out with this Morphe flat brush. And then once that is all buffed out, we're going to go ahead and conceal the face. For concealer, I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Creme. I only have a sample, that's why I didn't have a product shot of it, but I love this concealer. I'm definitely going to go back and purchase it. So I'm just highlighting and concealing my face, and I'm in the I am in the shade L6. So I'm just concealing and then blending that out with my Real Techniques sponge under my eyes, on my forehead, and also on the bridge of my nose. This is definitely a full coverage concealer, and I love that it lasts me all day long and it doesn't crease on me. To set the under eyes and all the other areas that we highlighted, I'm using the RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm just placing this with my Real Techniques sponge. I'm not leaving it on there for that long. I'm just going to go ahead and place it and then very quickly just remove it with a loose powdered brush. To set the rest of my face, I'm using my MAC Skin Finished powder, and this is in the shade NC35. I'm setting this wherever I'm going in with some bronzer. So for bronzer, first to contour my face, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Bronzing Powder, and I'm just going to use this chisel brush to really carve out them cheekbones. I know it looks super harsh, but when I go in with bronzer, it just blends out. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this to carve out my cheekbones. I also like using this powdered bronzer to go ahead and contour my chin line because that thing is way too strong. I also put it on my forehead. So to bronze up my face, I'm using this e.l.f. bronzing palette, and I'm going in with this brush by Morphe. I think this is the M400 brush, or one of those brushes. I'll go ahead and link it down below, but I love this brush for bronzing. It just smooths all of the bronzer out and makes it look so blended and seamless and flawless. So I love that brush. And then I'm just going to go ahead and clean up the contour with some powder with my Real Technique sponge. Then to highlight, I'm going to go in with this Sleek Makeup Palette highlighter, and I'm using the lightest highlighter shade, and I'm going to place that on the tops of my cheeks, on my nose, and on my Cupid's bow with my Morphe fan brush. This is, the Sleek Makeup Highlighter Palette. I think I said it wrong, but that's the palette that it is. I think this is the Solstice one. I do like it. I was expecting a little bit more of highlight and glow, but it'll do. For blush, I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay brush in the shade Party. I love it. It is such a mauve, pink, rosy blush, perfect for Valentine's Day. It's not too pink, but it has the perfect subtle rose undertone. Then I'm taking off the powder from the contour, and then I'm just going to go ahead and set my face again with my MAC Skin Finish powder. Once that's all set, I'm going in with the lip color. For lipstick for this look, I use the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Stone. Then I'm placing that all over my lips, and once the lipstick is on, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the eyes. I'm first going to go back in with Petal Pusher by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to very lightly place that on the lower lash line just to give me a little bit of a transition for the darker color that I'm going to go in with. I'm going to go also back in with the Kathleen Lights and Morphe palette, and I'm using this darker mauve, almost red color, but I'm going to place that on the lower lash line as well and just blend that all out together. Once this is on, I just put some mascara on the lower lashes, and this look is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!